early morning vlog. Morning, everybody. Shua of Shua Cycles. We are in the beautiful Maine town of Westbrook. Westbrook, I believe, is just considered a town. I don't think it's a city. We got a lot of those that I'm just not sure of. But Westbrook, maybe it is a city. We should get a sign here at some point crossing over into Westbrook. Oh, I'm out here super duper early today. Today is Saturday, and I call it a training day. Training, because I just try to do longer distances, do maybe a little bit more interval stuff, try to be try to up my game, which is what we're doing today. Yeah. We're out here. We're actually looking for the Eastern Mountain Division trail. There's a nice trail, follows the railroad tracks. I think it's all paved. So we're gonna find out here in a bit. But topic of Saturday, topic of the day is early morning ride. You know, if you're a cyclist, some days you might just want to wake up and get out early. Yeah, I always have those inklings. If I just wake up, like this morning at like 3, I rolled over, I had to pee. TMI, I know, but you know, you get woken up by that, and then it's like at 3 o'clock I could go try to go back to sleep for 2 hours, but I'm not tired anymore because I'm rested. And then it's like, okay, well, I guess I'm just gonna get up. And then I knew I was gonna ride it this morning anyway. I thought I was gonna start around 5, which would be right about now. I've been on the bike for about an hour. And so I decided, screw it, I'm just gonna do it. Here's a small clip of what it looked like when I started. Some days you just gotta get out there early. The early worm gets a bird. So as you can see, pretty dark. I obviously got the headlamp, and I got the rear tail light. But I've only seen 2 cars this morning. So it's been pretty nice and quiet. Nice and quiet on this Saturday morning. Alright. This light will not change for me. Just FYI. Dead. It is a city. City of Westbrook, 1814. City of Westbrook. It's not that I wouldn't cycle through here normally. I would. It's just, 1, it's not on any of my routes, and 2, it's 1, it's not on any of my routes, and 2, it is busy during the day. So it's one of those places you definitely have to be very careful. If you ever do come to Maine to visit, to bike, to do any of that stuff, check out Ernie's Cycle Shop. Ernie's Cycle Shop is my local cycle shop. It's actually where I got this bike. They are a great resource. And then also, there's another bike shop that just got built over in, I think it's technically at that point Portland, but it's called All Speed. I don't know if it's a new shop or if it's just a new to us shop. How's the water flowing today? So this was at one point, I don't know if there's a good spot to get a picture. At one point, this was a full-fledged dam. And apparently, when the mill signed the contract for the dam, they also agreed that in the end, they would put the dam back to the way it was originally. I'll just pick my bike up. I believe that is the Presumpscot River. I grew up around a different mill town in more southern Maine, and I've always just kind of had an affliction for these old mills ever since I was a kid. The mills are pretty interesting. I mean, just because you think that there was a time where everyone in town worked for this place. Now everyone came to work here. That one, or there's actually a paper mill as well. There's a bunch of mills around here. It's not like it's just one or two. And so, you know, it ends up being that a lot of people work here. Nowadays, I don't know what happens with these ones. I know over in Sanford, a bunch of developers have been buying them and using them for housing, which is a great idea. But, as we've talked about in the past, they'll make the claim it's for affordable housing, and a lot of these projects end up being not that affordable to normal people. They're more for rich people. How do we fix that? I don't know. I'm just a cycle commuter. Some of these online people, your Technology Connection, Strong Towns people, always seem to think it's zoning, and I would really be interested to see if we could rezone some of these houses that are just single residential to be multi-level residential or business and residential, like in the olden days. You know, the way cities used to operate, they just literally can't anymore because of restrictions, and it's too bad. I can still hit that trail. Road marks ahead. Yeah, gee, I sure hope it does. Oh, early morning ride. Big thing to remember, there's a party bus right there. That's a pretty cool idea. Big thing to remember when night riding is always have your lights, always try to be visible, get aggressive, take the whole lane like I'm doing right now. Grounding cord. Just running cable. Oh my god, they're putting in another development. Damn it. They throw up these condos so fast. I guess these aren't technically, these aren't condos, these are more, I forget what they call these townhouses. Do I see a gas boiler hookup? I see tanks. Yes, good. Well, I see these developments get thrown in all the time, and unfortunately, what they've been doing with a lot of them is they just make them heat pumps, and then the owner, in the long run, pays for it because you only have one type of heat. I think these should be built as gas boiler primaries, and then as you go, you can change them into heat pumps and have the gas boiler as backup. It never hurts to have both. It never hurts to have just one. They still have one of those Napoleons. I worked at that first house. It's covered in solar panels, which is awesome. They do still have one of those Napoleons. If anyone ever comes to your house trying to sell you a Sensville or a Napoleon or anything that isn't a Fujitsu, a Daikin, or a Mitsubishi, don't buy it. Gree is okay, but Gree is not. If I had the option, I would pick a nicer one over a Gree. What's this one? That one's a Fuji. That's what I don't put in Fujis, but I like Fujis. I work on Fujis, and they seem to be pretty reliable. Fujitsu's tech support, I've heard, is pretty garbage, but as long as the product works, you don't need. What do you 1 second need for? It looks like we're getting close. My exercise range's already closed. Hell yeah. Oh, yeah, night riding. What else about night riding? Oh, it's really nice because not a lot of cars on the road, but you do have to be just as, if not more, vigilant because you get drunk drivers. Hopefully not at 4 in the morning, but it could happen. And you have sleepy drivers, people who might not be paying attention. So these are all just things to keep in mind. There's no way I can ride that. Looks like we're taking the road. Looks like we're taking the road. Yeah, it's the Northern Trail Division. Supposedly those train tracks are a path, which I believe because I know exactly where they go through, but it's not something I'm going to be able to ride with this. Alright. What time we got? Been on the bike for almost an hour. I think I'm going to bust out some watermelon squares. That's a big thing to think about when you're going out training. Make sure you carry fuel. Make sure you put fuel in the tank while you ride. Don't wait until you're tired and dehydrated to try to eat, because you don't want to bonk. I don't think I've ever really bonked, but definitely something to think about. Early in the morning. It's always so much fun. Alright, we're getting to the edge of Westbrook. We're going to go out into the woods again. Started off in the woods. We're going to end in the woods. Okay. So, enjoy some Westbrook scenery, a little bit of me talking on point, and a lot of me just rambling, and anything else here, please leave a like and subscribe, share it around if you like it, and we'll see all of you later.